right, I'm Chris Avina with American Outdoor News. I'm here with my friend Laramie Miller. Laramie, it's always so good to see you.
It's always fun to catch up, Chris. You know, we've known each other for a long, long time in this industry. So
yeah, you haven't been around now.
Yeah. You know, that Sasquatch nickname kind of came into play. I kind of took a hiatus and hid there for a little while.
Yeah, but there have been sightings.
Yeah.
So you took a break from TV and you went back into outfitting.
Yep. I went, you know, I moved. So I was stationed in Montana for a long time. I was born and raised in Southern Colorado, and I decided to take a break from TV. I moved back down to Southern Colorado, kind of a reset. You know, everybody needs one of those every once in a while. And I started an outfitting business and, you know, spent the last couple of years growing it. And then what do you know? It's like that old bad habit that came and sounds like I'm going to get back into TV again.
Creeping into the back of your head. Yeah. So what's this new show going to be called?
So the new show is going to be called The Legacy. And it's going to kind of just revolve around my lifestyle, my life, and the outfitting business, you know.
Well, let's take a step back and discuss your lifestyle, because your lifestyle is vastly different than mine.
You know, I tell people I'm a glutton for punishment. You know, the more pain, the better, it seems like. You know, I've been very fortunate. I grew up in the middle of nowhere. I grew up on a horse in the mountains, you know, chasing elk. I mean, from the time I was 4 years old, I was going into the backcountry, riding into hunting camps with my dad and my uncle. And, you know, so I don't know any different. The mountain man, backcountry lifestyle, that's me. When I get away from that is when I get in trouble.
Get a little antsy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're really the last of a dying breed. There's people who say they're an outdoorsman, but you're more than an outdoorsman. You're a mountain man. Well,
you know, and that's the whole thing. I pride myself on, if you put me in a situation in the woods, I'm not just going to survive. I'm going to live comfortable. Mm-hmm. And, you know, from the time I was just a kid, that's always been my mindset, like figuring out, you know, I started carving spoons and making clay pots and figuring out when I was 8 years old, my uncle took me out, me and a couple of my cousins, and took us out, and he had us eating grubs and, you know, you can eat this, you can't eat this, showing us survival skills that I'm so thankful in today's world. I mean, there's 0.001% of the population that knows any of that.
Yeah.
And so, you know, for me, it's a lifestyle and I thoroughly enjoy it, but it's great to pass it on too.
Well, do you have a particular recipe for grubs?
Grubs, you just got to pop them in, chew and swallow, because
you don't want to taste it. Yeah. You just want the protein.
It's like one of them flavor jelly filled candies. When you bite it, it kind of pops in your mouth.
Yep.
You just don't mind the taste.
So you really have done the gamut. I know you've made your own clothes. You've really done just about every facet of living off the land.
Well, and that was, you know, my whole goal. And then when I did the show, The Trail, on the Outdoor Channel there for a while, you know, my whole thought process was like, I want to be able to live from point A to point B to points, like, comfortably.
Yep.
You know, I'll tell you a story about when I first got into TV. I had a meeting with Jeff Wayne. You remember Jeff Wayne when he was the president of the Outdoor Channel?
Sure.
Years ago. I walked into his office and I looked at him and said, Jeff, I want you to poll all your viewers. And if Jeremiah Johnson isn't in the top 5 of favorite TV shows,
yep,
you don't ever have to talk to me again. I said, but if it is, I am the modern day Jeremiah Johnson. And I walked out. I mean, I was scared to death. I was shaking. And Jeff loved that. And, you know, that's what got my career started on outdoor television. But I was already doing that way before.
Yeah. So the new show, Legacy, do you have any episodes in the can already?
I've got some stuff filmed. It won't air until fourth quarter of this year, but I'm going to make sure it's good.
Where is it going to be? Outdoor Channel or?
So it's going to be on Pursuit Network. So I switched from Outdoor and Sportsman Channel, switched over to Pursuit. It's just easier for me, for my viewers, for my sponsors. I can use it anywhere. It'll also be on YouTube. I'm going to get my YouTube channel really going. So everything that goes on Pursuit, you'll be able to follow right on YouTube.
Yeah, they're a growing network. They're luring a lot of people. Ted's on it. Ralph and Vicky is on it now. So,
well, there's a lot of people that have switched.
Yep.
And there's a reason.
There always is. So, what's next?
You know, I'm excited. I started a booking agency, and I've always been more of that North American stuff, but I'm going to start doing a little more world traveling and, you know, planning on going to Africa this August I want to go chase leopards with dogs, you know, do some South America stuff, some Australia stuff. So I'm going to test my skills other than the Rocky Mountains.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, a leopard hunt with dogs is really exciting. I just hope that those dogs can keep up with you.
Yeah. You know, I love my dogs, and I've actually sold a couple of hounds over to Africa to go leopard hunting. And so I'm really excited about the opportunity.
Is this your first leopard hunt?
Yep.
Your first time in Africa? Or?
It'll be my first time in Africa.
It's a hell of an experience.
And that's what everybody's told me. And I've had opportunities, but there was so much stuff in North America I still wanted to experience that.
Yep.
But now I'm like, it's time.
Well, personally, I think every hunter should go to Africa at least one time in their lifetime. Yep. It's really well, for a lot of people, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Yep. for
they say once you go, though, you get hooked, and you're going to want to go every year.
Oh yeah. I had Craig Boddington on earlier, and he said he's been going since 1950. How many times he's been there since 1950? I don't know, but I know it's a lot.
You can only imagine. Whew.
Yeah. So what's on your bucket list?
I got leopard. I want to go kill an Asiatic water buffalo with my longbow. And then one of my bucket list items is I want to go to Lake Baikal in Siberia and hunt Moro stag with my longbow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an accomplishment.
Yeah, that's my uncle did it in 1993 right before he passed away in a plane crash, and I want to kind of recreate that. And you know, because Siberia is it's a mountain man's paradise.
It's a tundra. So bow and muzzleloader, those are your weapons of choice?
Yeah, I haven't shot anything with the rifle. I take that back. I killed a cow elk this year with my 4-year-old daughter with the rifle, but I'm a traditional guy. I like to get up close and personal and look in their eyeballs.
Is it the old school muzzle loaders?
Yep.
Yeah. Because the new ones are pretty.
Yeah, the new ones you can shoot way out there.
You can shoot 400 yards.
I like that Jeremiah Johnson stuff, man. Harder I can make it on myself, the better I am.
Yeah. I got to make it a little easier. I'm a little older than you, so I can't do the mountains like you do.
Well, that's a nice thing, you know, with the outfitting side of things. I get to, you know, I've got stuff for everybody, and, you know, we got our gentleman's hunts for people that don't want to do like I do.
Elderly people like myself.
I was trying to be nice. You know, it's crazy. You look at this show, these trade shows are just getting bigger and bigger every year. I can't believe
bigger, fancier, galas.
Yeah, the turnouts and the money raised, and you know, it's amazing.
I've never seen a crowd like I did yesterday. People lining up just to come in here. It's
crazy.
Really, really amazing.
But it's good. I mean, we need all the help we can get to fight the other side. And I mean, you look like that's part of the reason I moved back to Colorado too, is to try to help. I hate seeing my home state go the way it's gone. And so,
you know, they have something on the books. They're trying to take away hunting altogether. So that is a fight that all of us have to get involved in, because it's not just Colorado. They're coming after every state.
Yeah, that's just the start of it. You know, it's just like trapping. They went after trapping, and then they fairly succeeded in every state in the U.S. anymore, taking away our opportunity to trap. And then, you know, then they go after the predators, the mountain lions, the bears. Once they get that, then they come after everything else, you know, and they're it's all about control.
Yep.
But if we stay, you know, we've been the population of, you know, the silent majority.
Yep.
We can't do that anymore because we're losing. And I've never been one that wanted to stand up and, rah, 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 and, do that, fight that fight out loud. I try to, fight it quietly, but we have to.
We have to. There's no doubt about it.
Or there's going to be nothing left for my kids, for my grandkids.
They should put as much effort into fighting the two-legged predators.
Yep.
As opposed to what we do.
Yep.
And what we do, it's not all about the hunt. It's all about the lifestyle.
Yep.
It's the way we choose to live. And that's what America's about. 100%. You have your right to choose how you want to live your life.
100%. We got to put our money where our mouth is, because you got different organizations, SCI, CRWM. You got these organizations that are, CRWM's doing such a great job because they're going to the legislative level. Yep. They're fighting it at the very top. And, if it wasn't for them, they'd outlawed mountain lion hunting in Colorado last year.
Yeah.
And so the more we can support companies like that and donate to them to help them fight, the better off we're all going to be.
Well, you got Sportsman's Alliance, you got Conservation Force, you got some major non-for-profits.
Hunter Nation's doing a great job now.
Yeah, that are fighting for your rights. So if you have the opportunity to kick in and support them, they're fighting for you. So you got to help them. But so the show airs.
I don't know the exact dates it's going to air yet. I just know I have a time slot started up, but it'll air 4 or 5 times a week coming up. And I'll post that on my social media as soon as I know the exact times. But if nothing else, you can go see me, go to LSM Outdoors and book a hunt. You can go, we do stuff all over the world.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today. Go to the website. If you haven't subscribed to the American Outdoor News magazine and podcast, hit that subscribe button now. And I want to thank SCI, Underwood Ammo, and Hunt of a Lifetime for bringing this episode to you. And we'll see you again next week.
Thanks, Chris.
We love our children. We protect them. We guide them. We prepare them for life in the world. With all that we do, from deep in our hearts, we cannot control all things. Life-threatening illnesses and disabilities affect far too many of our children each year. While we cannot change the circumstance, we can make dreams come true. Dreams to provide hope, to provide spiritual healing and strength, to provide moments of happiness and relief in the hardest of times. We can give a glimmer of light and hope in a time of darkness and despair. Join huntofalifetime.org to help make dreams come true, to provide hope for children with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Hunt of a Lifetime is a nonprofit organization fulfilling dreams for hunting and fishing trips to youth 21 and under with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Visit huntofalifetime.org to learn how you can make a difference.